Okay, let's give you guys some practice. Try to sketch this graph here. And remember, when you have minus x squared, well, x squared will look something like this. And minus x squared will be the upside down of that thing. Okay, so for example, if you draw your table like this, hang on, this is your x here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, if you have x squared, let's just look at 2 here. Well, 2 squared will be 4. Now, if you have minus x squared here, remember, you've got to do the bubble first, and then you stick a minus in front of it. So x squared will be 4, but because we're doing minus x squared, it would be negative 4. So what was here before, which, let's say this is 2 here, this here would be 4, but minus x squared, it would be negative 4, so it would be down here. And well, when this is 0 here, let's say x equals 0, x squared would be 0. And then if you have minus x squared, then this would be 0. Basically, it would be here. And then if you try and do 1, x squared is 1, minus x squared would be negative 1. So what was here before, it would be here. So your x squared minus x squared graph will look something like this. It would be exactly the same as this, but it's an upside down version of it. Okay, so bear that in mind. So try to see which term dominates. So visualize this as one block here. This is minus x squared, and then you've got minus 4. So try to visualize which terms will dominate when x is small, and look at it which term will dominate when x is large, and then try and join up the two. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Try to sketch this graph. Okay, so you see, when x is small, let's say when x is around let's say I don't know 0.05. Well, if you put this into here, this well, it turns out that 0.05 to the power of 3 is a really small number. This here is also a small number, but then 4 here dominates. But try to visualize this as this, because you're pretty good at drawing. You're pretty good at drawing x squared and then minus a number. So merge these two together. So in effect, this is like this. Okay, this is your one part, and this is another part here. So your graph will look something like this. When x is small, this term here dominates. So it would be a minus x squared, and the intercept is minus 4. So you move it down 4. So it will look something like this. When x is small, it would be something like this. So it's a minus x squared, and the intercept is minus 4. Okay. Now when x is big, this term here dominates. So it wants to do this. Hang on, it wants to do this. It wants to do that. So somehow you've got to merge the two together. Maybe something like this. Okay. So now it's just a matter of when x is small, you don't bother looking at this part here. So you can erase this bit here. Okay. And this term here, when x is small, it really wants to do the upside down u thing. But you don't look at this when you don't look at it when it's big. It's only valid when it's small. So this thing here, it will look like this. Minus x squared minus 4 will look like this. And then when x is big, this term here dominates. So it wants to follow x to the power of 3. Now it's just a matter of joining up the two. So I'm going to guess it's something like this. Okay. And here the turning point here, you just got to guess. It might be all the way down here like this, or it might be just a shallow one. We don't know. We are just guessing at the moment. You got to be good at calculus in order to do this, but don't worry about the calculus part at the moment. So I'm just going to guess something like this. Okay, and around here, yes, I drew a line here earlier, but I'm just going to extend it like this. So that's going to be my guess. So let me start again. So you're given this here. Your axis will look something like this, and I'm going to try and draw this line minus x squared minus 4. So the intercept will be minus 4, okay, and it's a negative x squared, so it's an upside down u, and then maybe it wants to do this here, but I'm going to guess. I'm going to do something like this, okay, and then down here it's going to go like it's going to go something like this. So this is my guess for this line here, okay. So your graph, hopefully it will look something like this. So now the moment of truth, let's check it out for real. So here, this here, okay, this I guess that it was something like that. My guess was a bit deep, but it's slightly shallower. And notice this, it really, when x is small, it wants to do this. This is your minus x squared minus 4. This thing here is your intercept minus 4. And when x is big, it really wants to do this. But this is your x to the power 3. It really wants to do that, going through the origin. But because you've got this thing here, it has to compromise. So when x is small, it will adopt this u, upside down u here. Okay, so this is your graph here. Y equals x to the power 3 minus x squared minus 4. You see, when x is small, it wants to do this. That's why you've got this u here, an upside down u. And then when x is big, it wants to do this bit here. It wants to do that. So you just got to join up the two. So your graph will look something like that. Okay? So it should look like this.